I shall take my place as new Misha, and Misha will be wiped off the face of the galaxy forever. Ha 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 ha. Oh. About 2 hours later, she stops, having mowed through the rest of the stalls nonstop in that time to use all that excess energy she built up, getting just frustrated from Lily. It still feels hard to approach her, and I think about how easily a conversation can die. After it took so long to be able to get her alone and speak to her directly, it almost hurts. Your translation was good. I don't think it was. maybe on her end, but hey, really? First class, damn, okay. She punctuates it with a thumbs up. For your level, wow. There aren't many deaf people in the school, and sign language classes have been on the edge of getting cut for a while now. I'm sure you don't have many classmates, am I right? If you're only learning sign language now, your speed is going to be limited. That is why interest in it wanes, because it takes more effort than normal just to communicate. I imagine it's the same with all languages. Probably? In such a situation, conversations in sign language are less blank than they would inherently be to start with. I don't understand that word. Less what? Spontaneous. Ah, okay. Misha's the only person who can really capture it. Oh, yeah, that's definitely true. Definitely true. Her expression changes for a second, and changes back too quickly to digest. But I get the feeling that this isn't meant to be pursued. What I really want to know about is, why do you and Lily fight so much? Tensing a little and visibly frowning, Shizune tenses her fingers and overlays them repeatedly as if shuffling an invisible deck of cards. Dude, that'd be kind of weird. 2 fights that you know of aren't worth calling so much. If you had been here last year, you could say that. Listen! I heard it was a rough year. Something about you, how you tried to, institute a badge policy. Fucking goddamn it. Surprised? Well, I want to hear more about that later. Definitely. But you don't like Lily very much, do you? Don't dodge my question. I'm not dodging anything. She was part of the student council until last year. We didn't get along very well. She wanted to keep doing things like the old student council did. The old student council was just so ineffectual. It was stupid and insulting. I wanted to do more, and we had to fight. Oh my god, a lot of fights. She couldn't do anything on time. Then, she said that what I wanted to do was meaningless, just extra busy work. Does this look like meaningless busy work to you? Kinda. Oh, we're just... Shizune gestures around us. What's really meaningless is a student council that doesn't do anything. Weak, lazy, and boring. Especially boring. I couldn't get excited over sitting in a room with nothing to do. That's just a waste of time. Why would I even be there? It didn't get my blood flowing. Arguing with her does that. If she could have been that motivated before, she wouldn't have to put so much dedication into being my enemy. But if she shows that much spirit, it's not a complete loss. At least it's something. It's still exciting. I see. So what about the badge thing? She laughs, covering her mouth with her hand as if to hide it. Her laughter is the only thing she regularly tries to hide. Is it 'cause, that was just a joke. Well, having a little fun sometimes is important too. I guess it's fucking... You sent fucking... Oh god, my nose. You sent fucking Kenji into a fucking tizzy, dude. An omega tizzy. Everyone's saying I'm channeling Kenji. I don't know how. It just happens. The next day, I end up having to hunt around a bit at the start of lunch when I find that my usual vending machine near the dormitory buildings is sold out of my usual favorite canned coffee. The detour takes longer than expected. Things have been so hectic lately that it takes some time for me to register why something smells different as I walk through the school gardens back to the cafeteria. The grass, why'd I say? Why does my brain make me say things? The grass has been freshly mowed. I like that smell. The realization makes me pause and watch for a bit. The odd group of students chatting or playing around on the grass and a couple of teachers conversing on the path up ahead makes for a very idyllic scene. Unfortunately, a feeling of imminent dread starts creeping up on me for a while. The feeling that I'm not alone. Oh no. Hey! Oh god. Hey, Hisao! Is that you? Yeah, it's me. I wish it wasn't. I guess I should be happy it's him and not say a slasher. I feel like I would readily accept death at this point. Kenji begins talking as if he's having a conversation with someone other than me. Knew it. The haircut is unmistakable. No normal person would have a haircut like that. I'm a visual novel protagonist. I have the haircut that every other one does. Unconsciously, I start touching the back of my head. Once I realize what I'm doing, I feel insulted, yet too surprised to even get indignant about it. Yeah, what are you doing here? Measuring the temperature. What? Winter will come soon. Oh, that winter's come and gone, man. You see that last season of Game of Thrones? Ooh, boy. Garbage. It'll be too cold for women to go out and have their Sex in the City style power lunches, followed by obstructive human wave formation walks in crowded urban areas. When this happens, man will be able to walk the streets unfettered once again and reclaim what is his heritage. In order to prepare for that day, I've been eating nothing but pizza for the past week to store energy. Dude, how are you not dead? Okay. Well, that's a thing that bears do. It's called hibernation. So, there is much we can learn from the bear. Kenji nods, emphatically agreeing with himself. Okay, so check this shit out. I was in town today buying milk. Yes, I like my milk every now and then, even though I'm lactose intolerant. They had a new clerk, some hipster girl with a baseball cap with 2 hockey sticks on it. I'll call her hipster hockey baseball hat girl. I noticed the milk didn't have a price tag, so I told her to get over there and label that milk for future generations. He was in town today? He must have cut his morning classes. I want to scold him, but his verbal torrent prevents me from getting a word in. I imagine Kenji is so powerful. Like his words, because every time Hisao just kind of, he can't say anything. There's been times where he has, but most of the time, it's either Kenji can't, or Hisao can't get a word in, or he just lets him, do his thing. But I just think Kenji's just so powerful. He just speaks with powerfulness. She told me not to bother her because she was sick. Sick! Sick! We live in a society here. You can't just opt out of human interaction because you're sick. Do you know how much effort it takes me to even get up in the morning? I still do, though. And I got up that morning to go down there and buy milk. Not to have my vital questions just brushed aside by some hipster doofus college girl who wears a hockey baseball cap to work indoors. Anyway, I was just trying to uphold the integrity of her products. A milk carton without a price tag, when I see something like that, it just leads to questions. Important questions. It's her job to answer them, damn it. That's the problem with women. They have no sense of duty. No, that's a problem with retail workers. Because let's be honest, the retail fucking sucks and they don't care most of the time. Trust me, I worked in retail a long time. I should know. I get diarrhea a lot. See, he does have the lactose intolerance. But you don't see me complaining about it. I soldier on and do what I have to do anyway, because that's what being a man is about. Even if you have diarrhea, you keep going for the dream of a better tomorrow. You know, frequent diarrhea is pretty bad. Maybe you should stop drinking so much milk. I can't do that. That is what allows me to maintain all my awesome strength. And in this world, a man's strength is the only thing that can't be browbeaten out of him by an increasingly pussy-whipped society. Ah, the simps. That's why I walk around leaving open jars of olives everywhere. Sometimes just to show that I can. What? Do you refrigerate after opening, or... What? Man, I don't know. That's not important. You have to refrigerate after opening. Even elementary kids know that. Like, that's... Kenji's making my nose just... Can't do it, man. They can't get the jar open in the first place, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, true. I'm a genius. He self-assuredly rubs his chin, which is something I imagined scientists did until I met Muto and was tremendously let down. Anyway, I can't go to that store again, since it's clearly been compromised by bitches. Unless I disguise myself. Maybe change to a different pair of glasses. Worst disguise ever. Pfft, it's been working flawlessly all these years. I don't even need glasses to see. They're for effect. Also, to protect my identity. I'm like Superman. Worst disguise ever again. I'm telling you, when people see my school ID, they can't even recognize me. Really? Let's see. I can't do that. I can't go showing around my ID to everyone. It was made long ago, in a different time. I had hippie hair. Well, I'm trying to imagine that. Kenji takes off his glasses. Wait, what? Oh, no. Mother of God! I've never seen this! He squints as soon as they're off his face. Man, he's a good-looking dude. Not even gonna lie, alright? Which makes him look even more tired than he already does. He was right. He does look very different. Kind of like he hasn't slept in years. Yeah, he's got that massive bags under his eyes. Not different enough for it to be a good disguise, though. You need more sleep, man. Nah. You look like you need it. No way. These are just the eyes of a man who has seen things. A shaman's eyes. Terrible things that you can't even imagine. Like when I made a ship in a bottle and my mom sat on it. There was blood and shreds of floral print everywhere. That's what life experience is. Kenji doesn't seem very horrified, even though I think that is actually the first thing he told me about himself that could have been legitimately traumatic. He's also talking about 30 degrees to my left, so I guess his blindness is real. I wave a hand in front of him anyway, to little effect. Man, I hope you realize I'm just joking. Well, I laugh pretending that I did. Somehow looking him in the eyes is more difficult than usual. That's because we're seeing his eyes. Dude, want some trivia? People with small eyes wear big glasses. I read that somewhere. It's because it makes your eyes look less beady or something. Really? I didn't know that. Oh, what? Oh my god. He puts his glasses back on, and I feel oddly relieved for a moment until I remember that I still have to deal with him, glasses or not. Well, anyway, this artist girl wanted to paint my portrait once. I think I had to talk to her like 5 times before she started making sense. Must have been Rin, I suppose. I love Rin. She's so weird. What'd she look like? I don't know, a woman with sandals. I was hoping he'd be way more specific, like, I don't know, she had no arms. Rin does wear sandals, but I feel like the chance of there being another free-spirited female art student just wearing sandals beside her is reasonably high. I was thinking, sure, someday after I burn all documentation that I exist, it might be okay to leave a portrait behind so that people can look at it and remember the savior of mankind. They'll need to model the statue. Then I thought about it some more and had to turn her down. It was tempting, but she wanted it for some school thing. It would be displayed. People would ask who I was, only I haven't saved society yet. So it would be pointless, and then if someone recognized me, I'd have to explain myself. There's already a chain of events I don't want to deal with, and I don't want to get mixed up in some weird situation. Shit like that always happens. Sticking out is a surefire way to be put on the list. A list, in fact. That's why I make such a careful effort to blend in with people in everyday life, until I can make my move. What list? When we... There are many lists. So what are you doing here anyway? Nothing. I kinda got here by accident. Happens to me all the time. Well, I hope that works out for you. I think I'm going to go back to my dorm room. I need to set my TV to record my shows. You have a TV? I wish I had a TV. Yes, you should come over sometime. We can watch the game in high definition. I wanted so badly to change Kenji's voice to like a normal person when his glasses were off, but I don't know why I just decided against it. I guess that's how he always talks, no matter what. Before I can ask him what he's talking about, he's gone. He left like he came, with zero respect toward other people. Kind of amazing. Hold on. Why are we having so many Kenji scenes? Like, we even had a Kenji CG right there. What the fuck's going on? Am I in Kenji's route? Dude, if we are, I ain't even mad. Now that Kenji's gone, I resume looking aimlessly at the school gardens in their summer splendor. It is no use. He ruined them for me. Well, we can't be. We're literally on the chapter, like the Shizune chapter. I don't understand. Is, like, Kenji just very important to Shizune in some way? When I get back to the cafe, exhausted but alive, I think of eating lunch with Shizune again, but find her sitting at a table with Misha already. If it were anyone else, I would think they were too far away for me to hear them. This is Shizune and Misha, however. If I wanted to, I could eavesdrop on their conversation easily. What a dirty thing to think about, but it's there. I don't want to, though. They must have a lot of catching up to do, even if it's only been a few days. Yeah, Misha's been gone a little bit doing her trying to raise them fucking grades, man. I'm inclined to just leave them alone so they could do just that. However, the second they see me, they wave me over. I thought it said it's all over for a second. Hi, Hick-chan! I so miss doing your voice. Hearing her voice again after such a short period of time apart is jarring, and I wince. These past few days, I'd forgotten that communication with Shizune is almost entirely silent, and concentrating on getting it right, I had turned out even ambient noise. Well, I'll get used to it again. I'm glad she's back. I'm done making up all my work. Just in time. I won't have to miss the festival. If they really tried to enforce that, I would pull you out of the student council business. If they really tried to enforce that, you would pull me out of the student council business. That's an abuse of power. No, it isn't, Hick-chan. Hick-chan says, that if there were only 2 student council members overseeing the festival, it would be a problem, wouldn't it? Yeah, definitely. It has to be at least 3. It's for the good of everyone. It's perfectly reasonable. Reasonable. It's necessary. Shizune leans across the table a bit as Misha delivers her slightly disturbing militaristic justifications in a childish, bubbly up and down tone. Shizune looks happy though. So happy though, tenting her fingers and trying to hold back a laugh as Misha pouts more seriously on her behalf. If you say so. I'm actually happy right now that we can talk so easily to each other, all 3 of us. In the beginning, I thought that I might have found myself in a bad situation. I was sure that Shizune would hate getting saddled with being tour guide for the new guy. I didn't want to be that kind of burden either. It would be awkward, even if she weren't deaf and mute too. Just now, she said that we would all have to be at the festival, the whole student council. I don't think that the student council has any real jurisdiction over Tanabata. It's only Shizune's way of saying that she wants us to spend it together. Yeah, it's definitely her own way. It's nice to have friends. It's a simple thought, but one that makes me genuinely happy that we could slip into being such with so much ease. Despite the roundabout way she said it, I'm glad that Shizune thinks it strongly enough to express it at all. She really does have her own, like, interesting ways of expressing what she thinks and feels. Why did you wait until we waved you over to come sit with us? A question out of nowhere. Shizune's eyes are expectant as Misha repeats her message. I feel like teasing her. You want me to sit with you that badly? Oh! We're in the student council. We should sit together as much as possible. It's logic. Oh, that teasing didn't go as well as I wanted. Anyone would jump at the chance to sit with 2 cute girls anyway. Not these 2 cute girls. She pauses, in case I might say something like, "You're not that cute." Damn, that would be fucked up. And instantly lock myself into an obvious no-win situation. When I don't take the bait, Shizune becomes more energetic and continues. She's like, yeah, you're damn right we're cute. You're abnormal. Wow. Well, I'm certainly not normal. Oh, hey. Well, I didn't expect her to end it like that. You're too quick to call other people abnormal. So arrogant. You're too quick to call other people arrogant. That makes you arrogant, and arrogance is abnormal. You're double abnormal. Bing, bang, boom. Get fucked. Wow. It doesn't work that way. It's a sliding scale. Leaning on her arm, Misha closes her eyes and lets out a low, slow laugh like a chuckle. So it was like a ha 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 ha. What am I, fucking Titus now? What's going on here? Don't laugh. Don't laugh in this kind of situation. I notice that Misha signs everything I say to Shizune even though I'm signing myself. This is redundant, but it's an unconscious action for Misha. On the other hand, I can't stop. If I let myself take it easy and sign less just because Misha's back, then what was all this for? I don't want to risk losing familiarity with how to sign either. My hands are pretty slow to speak on my behalf as is. Yeah, I wouldn't even worry about it. Like, Misha, like you said, she just does this because it's just a reflex. Just let her do it. Hick-chan, you and Shik-chan talk to each other much more now. Back and forth. It's really funny, too. Like an old married couple, right? Right? What a loaded comment in so many ways. Although, because it's Misha, I can't have been on purpose. That's not a compliment. Shizune doesn't react to Misha trying to pair the 2 of us up. Maybe she didn't see it. Sometimes it does happen, I've noticed. I still wonder if it's really that simple and why I care so much, and I don't want to think about it too hard. I want to leave. I keep thinking that I'm hogging Misha's time with Shizune, and it could be that Misha cut in just now on purpose, feeling that way too. I doubt that either of them will let me leave, though. In some ways, they're just too nice. I think they're happier there. Anyway, Shizune, if you really want to know, I didn't want to sit here because I didn't want to intrude, alright? I thought that because of Misha being away for her supplementary lessons or whatever, you two would have a lot to talk about, and that I should just leave you two to catch up. And that's why that I thought I would just hang back. Don't worry, Misha. I'm not trying to monopolize this Shizune. Hick-chan, it's not like that. ... You're so considerate, Hick-chan. Hick-chan is sorry and apologizes. I don't really think it's worth apologizing over, so don't worry about it. Hey, don't you both think that since Misha's back, we could just go celebrate somehow? I think so. I'm always down for a celebration. Every time. As long as it's not a party or a social gathering. I hate everything. Hick-chan, usually having to make up work isn't something to celebrate over. No, it's a good idea. The timing is perfect, and Shizune said that the student council should have a little fun too. You probably heard that too, right, Misha? It should be fine. ... Actually, wait, hold on. Didn't you have to make up work because you were like missing so many classes to begin with? So like skipping out to celebrate would kind of be dumb because it'd be very counterproductive. Maybe the timing isn't perfect, like I said. But we could go after school. Where should we go? The Shanghai. It's always the fucking Shanghai, dude. Misha speaks Shizune's question to her aloud before she even stops to think it over. Both of them completely ignoring me. Hey, listen to me, two-man short-sighted student council team. Hick-chan, you're part of the team too. Okay, so three-person student council team still short-handed. Yeah, I guess I am. Yeah, you are, Hick-chan. So forgetful and troublesome. I feel sorry for the girl who falls in love with you. So do I. So do I. So, where do you think we should go? I'm laughing in spite of myself, waiting to point out how Misha seems so enthusiastic now when she was the one who was most apprehensive about it just a few seconds ago. For whatever reason, I can't bring myself to do it, but that's okay too. After a short discussion on where to go, it seems like the only place all three of us know and are willing to travel is the Shanghai. You already know, dude. It's literally the only place we go in town. Yeah, we go to the fucking convenience store sometimes, but it's literally 90% of the Shanghai. Tea House doesn't look like a bad place to celebrate, especially because I'm sure they sell cake there, and cake is the most celebratory of foods. Now, hold on there. I haven't seen Yuko in a while either, and neither of the girls. For all these reasons, plus the fact that it's so close, I end up standing in front of the little tea shop with Shizune and Misha before I know it. Hello? Welcome! It's been a while since I heard Yuko's voice, so I'm surprised all over again by the energy she puts into her greetings, kind of like an extremely nervous Misha. Hi! But you don't have to do that all the time if it's just us. Yes, I do, actually. Poor Yuko. I actually, when I worked at the old Walgreens, yeah, I know. That's one of my retail experiences. We were supposed to say hello or welcome or whatever whenever people came into the store. Fuck that, I didn't do that. We were also supposed to give a spiel whenever we answered the phone. I didn't fucking do that. I was like, hey, what do you need? You need help? What do you want from me? You know, that's how it goes. But Okay. If you say so, Yuko. I take this moment to glance, or I almost said glaze, to glaze around the tea house. Yeah, that makes sense. And notice that it is as empty as ever. It's lunchtime, essentially the peak hour for an establishment of this type, and yet it's as barren as ever. I don't understand. There has to be a reason for this. It's a small tea house. What do you... Shizune gently taps my arm to get my attention. What do you want to get? Yuko looks a little agitated after Misha automatically relays the question. No, I'm supposed to ask that. Is there anything I could do for you? Just some coffee for now, I guess. Thanks. For lunch? The dedication Yuko has toward her waitressing duties is sort of admirable. So is the speed at which she whisks slices of cake and our drinks to our table when we order. I wouldn't even want the cake at this time. I'd probably just on my personal opinion right now, at this very moment, and what I really fucking want right now, I'd probably order one of those sandwiches they got. Then again, we're the only customers here. Who knows what it would be like with a full house. Shizune and Misha immediately dig into their cakes with gusto, probably because they can't talk with utensils in their hands. The whole point of sharing a meal with friends like this is being able to talk over it, after all. It makes sense that it would be the same with them. I'm barely halfway through my cake when I hear their forks clinking as they set them down on their empty plates. We look down, we take one bite of our cake, and then we're like, and we look up and it's already gone on their end. It's not healthy to inhale your food. Shut up. They can inhale whatever they want. Hick-chan sounds like an old man. I cringe and instantly feel like I've been punched. Oh, trust me, it's how I fucking know the old man life. Oh, Jesus, why'd I do that? Are you going to wear a yukata tomorrow, Hick-chan? No, because I don't even have... I mean, well, even if I did, I'm not the kind of guy who does stuff like that. You fucking... What about you two? Are you guys going to dress up? Of course. Excellent! What do you mean, of course? You didn't dress up last time. One time is not a trend. It's a completely different situation anyway. Aside from not being Tanabata, the festival was on school grounds. Students should wear their uniform on school grounds. Clearly a joke, but her delivery isn't any different than usual. That isn't normal, but her sense of humor never was, and I'm used to it. I guess her way of saying outrageous things seriously is a little better than if she were to say serious things outrageously. What's more troubling in any case is that I've started to associate a voice with her signing, and it's clashing with how Misha says out loud everything Shizune signs anyway. I feel disoriented. Oh yeah, I could see him just losing his fucking mind. I'll dress up this time. You'll see, Hick-chan. Not just Hick-chan, but me too. Oh man, I can't fucking wait. Maybe I'll change my hairstyle too. What? I mean, we've only heard of the legends. We've only seen the pictures, not the actual thing. Oh, don't do that. I can't really imagine you looking differently. Shizune wags a finger and smiles. Such a quick and firm disapproval. What if I were to change my hairstyle? To what? Well, maybe you should grow your hair out and make it look like drills. They just have the opposite. That'd be amazing. Oh, I thought they were like sliding away from each other. Like, what the fuck? You guys are sitting down. She looks unamused. Luckily, I see Yuko making her way over, likely to clear out plates or ask if we need her for anything. Hey Yuko, are you doing anything for Tanabata or... Huh? It's like she was practicing how to most smoothly ask if I needed a refill of coffee while walking over, but now she has no fucking idea what to do, having been asked a question first. I feel bad. Yes, I'm Working. Yuko, they make you work on holidays? Aww. Dude, I bet she gets holiday pay. Time and a half. Hold on. We have the most business on holidays and sometimes tourists. I don't mind. I have to do my best. I understand completely. So admirable. Shizune nods her head in solidarity, feeling a kind of kinship with Yuko through her shared. Why'd I say through her shred? What? through shredder, they learn. Through their shared determination to be the best. Although for her, it's a matter of pride, whereas Yuko might just feel that she really, really needs this job and maybe a raise. The most business, huh? So, like, how many people on average during a holiday? Because there's never anyone here. Well, did she just fucking leave? She didn't answer the question. She just walked away. Yuko walks away and starts cleaning up a cup of swizzle sticks. That isn't polite. This is not what a proper waitress would do. Nevertheless, I sort of got my answer anyway. Clearly, business is scarce at best. I start to wonder again how the Shanghai remains open at all. Maybe this electric style of tea house is a trend that was outrageously successful before I got here, but really isn't anymore, and they're just keeping it like this while they retool. Maybe the owner's rich and involved in some sort of bet with someone else or a crazy scheme to see who can lose the most money. Maybe I just conveniently miss mobs of customers by seconds each visit. Not by her response of just walking away. Or maybe this place is just a front for arms dealers. Oh my god. Well, since there's no one else here, why don't you sit down with us? We can talk about economic infeasibility. But Yuko doesn't take the bait, shaking her head from side to side emphatically. I've never really celebrated Tanabata before, or dressed up for anything like this. I'll finally be able to wear my yukata. Yay! Yay! What do you mean never? What about last year? Last year, Shik-chan, me, and the three and the 3-2 class rep ran a stall for the festival. It was a soba stall, I think. Yeah, it was, yup. The blind class rep of 3-2 must be Lily. I'm surprised they were able to work together on anything, but Misha would likely be the best possible buffer for that kind of thing. With how innocent she is. Wait, hold on. Okay. I thought I was crazy because like we said it as if she said blind class rep, even though I mean it's Lily. Like we know 3-2, but I was just Shik-chan cooked and Lily took the orders and I translated for him. Shik-chan kept saying, "It's so inefficient, Misha. Why do you have to be the middleman? As in, why is there a middleman in the first place, huh? It would be fine if I did the cooking and you took the orders. It doesn't make sense at all." But I think everyone was having fun in the end. Right, Shik-chan? She's just blushing furiously. Hey, we saw that picture, remember? Shizune adjusts her glasses grudgingly, causing Misha to break into laughter. It was the old student council's idea. That's why. So, what was the student council like then? Shizune finally decides to step in again, or it's more like she can't stop herself. Terrible. Oh, that was blunt. She ends with a chopping motion as if passing judgment on them. I hope she's going to elaborate a little. Now here she goes. At universities and some private schools, student councils can have control over millions of yen to budget and distribute as needed. Wow, really? Millions? Alright, and they are much more involved in school activities too, Hik-chan. from Misha's tone, it seems like this is newer to her than it is to me. But she's part of the student council. This school student council was like a joke in comparison. Don't give people positions of power if they don't have any power at all. What's the point? You right. So, I wanted us to have more and more work. It was that hard to convince the school and the other student council members to allow it. Actually, a lot of work you've seen us do is really work that I took on, which is what Lily was talking about. If it wasn't for Shik-chan, the student council would just file attendance reports day in and day out. Would you prefer that, Hick-chan? Of course, Hick-chan, as soon as the workload started going up, most of the student council stopped coming. Well, you're making them work like an actual job. She just fucking laughs. And Shizune's fingers fold over each other carefully. It looks like she wants to add something but can't bring herself to. Like she said, sign language gives you a little more time to think about what you say. I guess she feels like she can't talk about this. That was then, and this is now. Let's have fun tomorrow. That is what she finally settles for. Yeah. Dude, I think it's gonna be great. Okay, then student council is adjourned for today. It has to be adjourned excitedly because today was a good day. School seems to be over by the time we leave the tea house, as I can see students coming down from the school as we walk up the road towards it. A couple people wearing our school uniform look at Shizune as she walks by, and I wonder if they recognize her as the student council president, or if their eyes are just being drawn to Misha's head. It's impossible not to overhear the chatter in the air, and the topic is more often than not plans for Tanabata. I wonder how many of them will be using or going to the stalls that I reassembled. It makes me feel a little pride. A sense of pride and accomplishment. Ah, classic EA. An emotion I've never felt doing something for school. Maybe this is how Shizune feels as well. I almost want to ask, but it seems stupid to want to do so. So I just hold on to the thought as the three of us walk onto campus and then separate. Shizune to the student council room, and Misha and me to our dorms. It isn't until they're gone that I realize I, again, didn't ask when and where they wanted to meet up tomorrow. Simple ass things. The simple things we could just ask. Like, that's one of the first things. Okay, we're hanging out tomorrow. Where do you want to meet? What are we doing? Ooh, we're going to see them yukatas, though. You got me all excited. You got me all. That's, I don't know what that means, but you got me that. Tanabata, here we come.